is important to me, and that is to go to bed at night or to wake up in the morning feeling that we have not sacrificed our principles and that we have not subordinated our values to some short-term materialistic aims. And in some sort of perverse way, you as a group are respected because they feel that, well, you will not do that. When there's something that deals with the nation or there's a calamity, people turn to Tatas.
Oh, yes.
And at other times, unfortunately, we feel we're discriminated against.
Like when?
When there are issues which relate to questionable ethics. Projects that we feel we should get, which we don't, or which we find for subjective reasons someone else steps in. But all of that is forgotten when there is something that no one else is willing to do. Then one turns to us. And I think in a way that's an honor. Most of the unwinding in the last 10, 12 years has been taking my dog for a run or just getting out and having a change of pace.
What sort of music do you like?
Oh, I've always been fond of all types of music. Love jazz, I love classical music.
What about television? Do you watch television?
Yeah, quite a bit of late.
Oh, that's good. And
so there's more variety to watch now. So.
And what about movies?
Also via television. I don't think I've been to a movie theater in ages. But
do you see any Hindi movies?
You can't help but see them on television today.
I'd love to see the sight of Ratan sitting watching a Hindi movie.
My Hindi's improved ever since I...
Can you remember any of the films that you've enjoyed?
No, no. They're all so violent. You know, I think there's more ketchup that's
true.
That's spread in Hindi movies than there are in all the restaurants in Bombay. I am very irritating to be around when I watch television. I'm very impatient, and I watch 4 or 5 channels at the same time.
You as being remote and a recluse in a way. It's not true, is it?
I think it is true. I think I suffer from that.
Why?
Well, I don't know. It comes from you're in the office all day, around a lot of people, a lot of telephone calls, and there's some sense of serenity in having a departure from that. You remember when we first met many years ago, walking on Juhu Beach
yes.
and so on was something I enjoyed. I still enjoy it.
Yes.
And there's something in that solitude. A lot of thinking gets done, and a lot of unwinding gets done in that process too.
But in those days you were not a loner. But people say you are now.
Yeah, because I think over time one becomes alone, and the job makes you a little lonely.
Do you trust people?
Yes, I think so. People may disagree, but I think I do.
You tend to trust people.
Yes.
Do you make new friends easily? Do you have?
Yes. Yes.
Or do your friends tend to be from the earlier days?
No, many. In fact, I am very poor at keeping up friendships.
Yeah, you can say that again. Without a wife, without children, a family, what motivates you, Ratan?
I don't know what motivates me, but let me just stay with that for a minute. There are many times I feel lonely at not having a wife or a family, and sometimes I long for it. Sometimes I enjoy the freedom of not having to worry about the feelings of someone else or the concerns of someone else. And at other times it gets very lonely.
I mean, was it timing that?
Yeah, there's a whole series of things. Timing, my absorption in work at that time. There were very many things. I came very close to getting married a few times, and they didn't work out.
But there are, as they say, confinements and consolations.
Oh, yes. Absolutely, absolutely.
So you must miss the consolations today.
Yeah.
It's not too late.
Oh, it's never too late.
What makes you proud of being an Indian?
Well, I think I'm very proud of India. I'm proud to be an Indian. I love my country. I feel proud of what we do. I feel sad for what we don't do. But I just have a great national pride. I feel this country can really go places. I feel we're living at a very exciting point in this country's history. I'm very optimistic about where we are going, or where we can go. I hope we go there.
You know, Ratan, many years ago you wrote a letter to J.R.D. Tata in which you said, and I quote, you said,